so much intrigue involving Drake Maye right now, right? And we know the transfer portal exists, and we know the NIL world exists, and I know David Pollack kind of threw something out there that's of interest to me. It kind of rattled me a little bit. Are we going to see potentially like the first free agent? Caleb Williams kind of did it.
Well, Jordan Addison was that.
Right.
Jordan Addison, who won the Biletnikoff Award last year at Pitt. They had a really good year, and obviously had a first-round quarterback to throw to. But, he became essentially that.
But, I mean, in a quarterback-driven world, this is a different ball of wax. I imagine no matter how much he might have gotten to transfer or what have you. And isn't this potentially illegal, too? Like, you can't use NIL money to induce somebody.
But it's been going on all year.
So what is this possible that Maye becomes the first true, like, big-time quarterback free agent?
I think that has already happened. It's just he would become the most high-profile.
Okay. Is that possible? Is he going to do it?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, that's only something I think he and his family really would know. I mean, there's a lot of variables in this one, too. Certainly, his offensive coordinator, Phil Longo, I know he's up for some jobs. If he leaves, what kind of offense is there going forward? He's obviously got deep ties in Chapel Hill to the place. So, we'll see. I mean, but this is not the first one. This would be the biggest one. Mm-hmm. But, again, Jordan Addison leaving when he left, Caleb was essentially a free agent. We just, I know from having talked to him that he seriously looked at UCLA. Part of it, he told me, was because he was very, attracted to the idea of playing for Chip Kelly. Part of it was like, maybe I could go up against Lincoln, and how would that go, kind of thing. But ultimately, he went to, what he felt like was the best fit for him, and obviously
worked out.
He's going to win the Heisman.
Right. So, give me a year off the top of your head. Just let's have some fun before I send you out the door. What year will we see a quarterback get drafted and take a pay cut? For a first overall drafted quarterback, making what's that kid make?
20? It's like 20 million, yeah, guaranteed.
What year do we?
I don't think that's happening.
You don't think?
I don't think. What's going to happen here is there are kids, and there are kids still, who are getting paid a lot of money before they get to school as part of NIL deals. And I would expect some of them are going to turn out to be big busts. And that, I think, will give people a lot more pause about how much money they're going to spend before anybody's proven anything.
But if there are no rules, technically, that have teeth, or anybody is going to be afraid of flouting, just name any big-time program that's losing their quarterback this year and would rent Drake Maye for a year or two. Like, you don't think there would be boosters that would fill this kid's bucket up? I mean,
use it this way.
That's the conversation that's being had right now.
I think there's as much of a conversation where, remember, Jamar Chase, in the pandemic a couple of years ago, sat out. People, was he going to get? He turned out to be a great, hit the ground running, right?
Right.
Plays in a Super Bowl. I think the question will be, and I'm not saying this is going on with Caleb Williams, but let's use this as an example. Caleb Williams is going to win the Heisman Trophy, and then he can't come out because he's still got another year before he's draft eligible. Is the question somebody going to say, and it's a little different as a quarterback as opposed to like a running back.
Yep.
But because we see this with Blake Corum, obviously, where it's an injury and all of a sudden you're not going to be the same for a little bit. But if it's a quarterback, how much would it take for somebody to go, I don't know if I want to, risk injury or whatever, because I know I'm going to make that money. Like Caleb Williams does not need to do anything from this point forward, and he will still be a top 2 pick when he comes out, right? So if that's the case, the challenge is all the deals he has done with his dad on this, already. I don't know how much you can collect if you're on the sideline and just using your social media presence. Now, as a Heisman Trophy winner, I would think you are still a very big marketing presence for those companies.
You know how scouts are, too, in the pros. I mean, a lot of kids sitting
down. Oh, they're wrong. Come on now.
I know.
I love NFL scouts more than anybody, but like that, if that kid doesn't play another down, he's going first or second.
in the 2024 NFL draft.
What's his comp? Because he's only 6'1".
Yeah, his comp is I think he's a little shorter and a little faster than Patrick Mahomes.
It's not a bad
I don't even know if he's a little faster. He's
short.
quite a bit faster than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes runs. It looks like in slow motion, but he also glides to like 3 first downs in one carry.
He does. I mean, obviously, but
know.
he is definitely shorter. He's about 6'1", but he's pretty thick. Right. You know, he's 25 pounds.
Damn.
But his arm is fantastic. He can do some amazing things off platform. And I think, you know, I was a little skeptical. The more you watch of him, the more wowed you are by him. And, you know, like you take Caleb Williams off that team that is now 11-1, I think they're 7-5.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.